3 games to go. We need just 2 points to clinch the Premier League title. Can we do it in our first season here? Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Le Cobham Supremacy. 4 days have passed since that disappointing Champions League semi-final defeat. But we're moving on. We're focusing on this. The Premier League is well and truly in our grasp. Like I said in the beginning, we are 11 points clear of Man United. They have 4 games to play. We just need 2 points to officially be the Premier League champions. Our first Premier League title in 5 years. The plan for today is to hopefully beat West Ham and then be officially Premier League champions. No one can catch us. And then I'll go forward. I'll do the City and Newcastle games off camera. And then we'll come back, do a season review, and then talk about the upcoming season. Look at the players coming back from loans, maybe some potential signings, see how they all fit in. Talk about players who are maybe going to have to leave permanently and on loan. And we'll go from there. But first of all, this game against West Ham. A win secures us the Premier League title. This is the team we're going with. We're going with the 5-4-1. Mendy in goal. James, Starr and Chalobah at the back, of course, as usual. Hudson-Odoi, Kante and Vale ahead of them in wing-backs and DM role. And then Mount and Haig with Boga ahead and Lukaku up top. The typical Chelsea team at the moment, really. Especially with the centre-back crisis we're at. It's a good team. I'm fine with the team at the moment. Looking forward to next season, having, players back and bringing players in as well, like Fikayo Tomori coming in, having signed him. But still, a good team. Hopefully, get the 3 points here and secure that Premier League title. Kicking off here, Boga on the ball. Gets back to Sarr. Sarr to Chalobah. Chalobah going to go forward with it here. Finds Joe Haig out on the left-hand side. Joe Haig smashes it all the way back to Malang Sarr. Malang Sarr taking it forward though. Gets it to Boga. Jeremy Boga, shot blocks, drops to Lukaku, smashes over the bar. Chelsea with a quick start here, looking for that goal to secure the title. Kufal, throw in for West Ham. Gets it to Souček, to Rice. Rice to Diop. Diop to Zuma, to Kufal. Kufal, through ball to Jared Bowen. Jared Bowen, crossing to the box. Hudson-Odoi headers away. Mount sends it further, but Zuma picks it up, bringing it right back at us. Kufal on the ball again. Through ball to Jared Bowen once more. Jared Bowen to Kufal. Kufal crossing to the box and flash kicks header onto the post. Chelsea getting it away for the West Ham throw-in the end there. Corner for Chelsea. Mason Mount whips the ball into the box, headed away by Zuma, but Harvey Vale going to pick it up and bring it right back here. Harvey Vale past his man, cross in. Areola comes out and claims it though for West Ham. He punts it forward, but Chalobah heads it on to Mount. Chelsea once again right back on the attack. Kante to Boga to James. James taking it forward now to Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi dribbling infield, has a go over the bar though. Chelsea with another corner here. Reece James whips it in and Lukaku's header just over the bar from their corner there. Reece James free kick, saved well by Areola, but he can't hold on to it. He drops it and Lukaku is there to pounce and smashes it into the net. Chelsea 1, West Ham 0. Is that the goal that secures us the Premier League title? And I think that's going to be half time here, and it is. Half time, Chelsea have the lead that will, as things stand, make us Premier League champions. Very happy with that, lads. Got to keep that up in the second half. Am I going to make any changes here? Looking around, Harvey Vale a little bit nervous here. I think I'll take him off and I'll bring Ben Chilwell on, which is a very good sub to make, to be honest. Ben Chilwell, the best left back at the club, so something else for West Ham to worry about. They got James on the right crossing, now Chilwell on the left as well. Chilwell with the throw to Chalobah, to Malang Sarr. Malang Sarr taking it forward before going back to Chalobah. Chalobah to Kante, to Boga. Jeremy Boga tries to play in Lukaku. Cleared though, only as far as Chalobah again. Back to Mount to Lukaku. Lukaku out to Hudson-Odoi on the right. Immediately back. What play there? Lukaku played it to Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi first timed it to Lukaku, who had run through his 50th goal for Chelsea. Lukaku smashing it in. 2-0 up here. The Premier League title is coming here to the bridge. You have to feel now. Joe Haig feeling a little tired, so we're going to bring on Charlie Webster into that Mazzala role. Mount and Boga both tired as well here. I'm just going to take Boga off, I think. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to change formation as well. Unnecessarily, but going to bring on Sunset Bell. See if he can get a goal here. Jude Sunset Bell had a very good debut season for Chelsea. Will he be able to pick up another go? Corner here for Chelsea. Mason Mount to take. Mason Mount whips the ball into the box. Headed away by Zuma, but Kante bringing it back and smashes it. Kante having a go. Just wide of the post, however. Reece James with the free kick. Has a go. Oh, it's just inches wide the post. Reece James' free kick's fantastic today. And added time quickly running out. And that is it here at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 2. West Ham United 0. Chelsea are the champions of England once again. After 5 years without it, Chelsea have won back the Premier League trophy. What a great game here. Lukaku with 2 goals, getting his 50th for the club in the process. Reece James and Hudson-Odoi with the assist. That so dangerous down that right-hand side. Congratulations to everybody. Chalobah and James and Hudson-Odoi. I'll give you some special shout-outs. I thought you all did really well today. And Lukaku on the double as well. Congratulations. Fantastic performance from the Blues here. Bouncing right back from the Champions League semi-final disappointment with a good win against West Ham. 2-0, clean sheet and Premier League title. And let's go have a look at that beautiful, beautiful email. And there it is. Chelsea clinch English Premier Division title. We have won the Premier League. It is confirmed. It's official. We've won the double. We've won the treble technically. The Premier League, the Super Cup and the Club World Cup. What a season we have had. The board are delighted. We're 2 years ahead of schedule on winning the Premier League. I have led Chelsea to glory. Lukaku very clearly on form. Paying out a lot of money and so happy. Lukaku top scorer in the league on 34 goals. Let me just check the record. I can never remember the record for most in a season. And it's not on here. I think it's 35, isn't it? It's either 35 or 36. Either way, Lukaku very close to beating that. Mendy as well. Shout out to him. 17 clean sheets. Time off injured and for the African Cup of Nations. He's played 5 less games than De Gea and has 1 more clean sheet. A fantastic season for him. Gonna go forward now. Gonna do the games against Man City and Newcastle off camera. And then I'll come back and we'll just do a little season review as a whole. We'll talk about how things have gone. How things hopefully can improve next season. Have a look at the squad with all the loan players they're going to be coming back. See how they all fit in. Talk about who's going to maybe have to go permanently and on loan. Maybe look at some potential transfer targets for positions we're lacking in. And yeah, we'll go from there. Next up. And as you can see, the Premier League season is complete. A 2-0 defeat to Manchester City, sadly. But we followed up on the final day. A 2-0 win against Newcastle. Quite a bit of rotation in there. Clinton Mola had a start. Hudson-Odoi, Judson Bell started. Brian Fiabema and Ronnie started, both coming off the bench, both got goals. Was happy to see that. A nice little 2-0 win to end the season as we do win the Premier League title, as already shown. Reece James had a very good game against Newcastle, so I'll just have a little chat with him. Medals given out, a lot of medals, 26 to be fair. We had a lot of rotation in this squad. As you can see, looking at the final standings in the Premier League, we finish 11 points clear at the top. We win the title by 11 points against a very strong United team. 12 points clear of Liverpool. Amazing. What a season we have had. 87 goals scored, the most in the league, and only 27 conceded, the fewest. The best attack and the best defence. Chelsea absolutely flying this season. Romelu Lukaku, 34 goals. I looked up the record, and it is the most for goals in a Premier League season. In a 38-game season, Salah has the record of 32, so he's beat that. And in a 46-game season, or 44-game season, or 42-game season, or whatever it is, I think the record was 34, so he's at the very least equalled that. Highest average rating as well. Lukaku, you'd have to think player of the season. What a run he's had. Mendy, second most clean sheets, but once again, remember, African Cup of Nations and injuries. De Gea played 7 more games and only got 1 more clean sheet. So you have to think, if Mendy had played every game, he'd be winning this. He'd be number 1, but still, a really good season from him. If she's going to continue forward, get the end of the season review up. And here it is, Chelsea end of season review 2021-22. 2 trophies shown there, the Premier League and the European Super Cup. We also won the Club World Cup as well, remember. So 3 trophies in our first season here with this young Chelsea team, with at least 6 players trained at club in every matchday squad. Very happy with that. A very good start from Chelsea. Looking at the new arrivals, there wasn't many because we didn't spend much money, but Romelu Lukaku gets an F rating because FM is dumb sometimes, because we paid over the odds for the player. I mean, you paid over the odds for the player, and he scored 50 goals in 49 games. I really do think that money was worth it, to be honest, but what are you going to do? That's on them. Clinton Mola, who I actually did bring in, gets a C. Yeah, I think he's done a decent job when needed. He hasn't played that many games, but, you know, when needed in the squads, he's done all right. And Jeremy Bogut as well gets a C+. Yeah, another good option. You know, he's coming to the squad when needed. He's played a few different roles: striker, winger, cam, a little utility player. Happy with him. And Saul played 0 games, but they got the A- rating. Delighted to bring him in on loan. And Lukaku gets an F. I don't get it. Transfers out. Oh, which ones am I responsible for? Quite a few of these. Jorginho gets a C. Spilicueta gets a C. Where's Kovacic? Not here, but Rudiger gets a D. Fikayo Tomorrow gets a B-, and we've already paid to bring you back, so still. A good season for Chelsea, I think, here. This season's results in the Premier League, a B-. We won the Premier League by 11 points. What more do you want? Oh my, they wanted me to challenge. I won it by 11 points. I only get a B-. These people. Champions League, we get a B. Semi-final. Yeah, good performance. That in defeat to United still stings, but oh well. Super Cup, a C+ because it's not important. Fair enough. FA Cup, I got a D. Yeah, they wanted me to reach final. Out in the 5th round, but to Liverpool once again, you know. Liverpool's such a strong team. I like to think that's understandable. And the Carabao Cup was a C. Out in the 4th round to Aston Villa. Yeah, that's still disappointing. Hopefully next season, do a bit better in the domestic tournaments. It'd be nice to win the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup. Moments to remember. Biggest win, 8-0 to Frontale in the Club World Cup semi-final. Great team performance that led us on the way to winning. That's us at the time, our second piece of silverware here. Match to remember, of course, the 5-0 win at the Nou Camp. Lukaku with 2, Loftus-Cheek, Mount and Barkley all getting goals as well. Truly moments to remember. And goal of the season, Reece James against Arsenal. I completely agree. I specifically had to mention that goal during the next episode afterwards because it was such a good goal. I'll get it up. I mean, I don't know how good the 3D match engine's going to look here for you, but I will get it up because it was such a nice goal from James. Okay, we're in the director's box here. It's gonna be a bit bumpy, but you're still going to get an idea of the goal here. Barkley found James just on the volley, smashes it into that top corner. It was such a nice goal. It was a beautiful goal. I'm glad it's been recognised as goal of the season. I completely agree. Joe Haig's finesse shot against Wolfsburg, I think that could have been in contention, but still. Reece James' volley, no complaints from me there. Looking at the finances a bit, all looking very healthy. Once again, haven't spent that much money, so I like to think that's quite understandable. We sold just over 750,000 shirts. Havertz selling the most shirts, followed by Lukaku, Mount, Kante and Werner. Understandable. Werner, number 5, hardly played. Probably going to be looking to move him on in the summer. So it'll be interesting to see who takes his place next season. But still, how we lined up. Let's have a look. Yep, the 5 at the back. This is our typical team. Mendy in goal, Christensen, Chalobah and James at centre-back. Hudson-Odoi and Chilwell at wing-back. Midfield 3, Kante, Mount and Loftus-Cheek somehow didn't make it. Charlie Webster with 1 start and 7 sub-appearance did. It really hurts me that that's not Loftus-Cheek. Because he's done so well this season, but other than Charlie Webster, you put Loftus-Cheek for Charlie Webster there, that's our team, and I completely agree. Accolades for myself, 3 Manager of the Month awards and Manager of the Year, understandable. Had a great year myself, haven't I? Fans Player of the Year, Lukaku, 50 goals in 49 games, no complaints. Reece James, Young Player of the Year, always good. Signing of season, Boga, not much to choose from, so I get that. Reece James, goal of the season, yep. Lukaku, top scorer, most assists, Mason Mount, great player. Lukaku, most player of the match awards and highest average rating. And Trevor Chalobah, most passes completed for 90. What a season Chalobah's had, a real breakthrough season for him. And broken records for most goals for Lukaku, most assists for Mount, most clean sheets for Mendy, most player of the match awards for Lukaku, worst discipline for Ben Chilwell, and youngest player, Bade, yeah. I don't think I mentioned it, but in our centre-back crisis, Bade did get to play a game. I say Bade, his name is Vanderlei da Silva Filho. Maybe I can understand why he's going by Bade. 15 years and 319 days, made his debut, had a nice little game, but we brought Xavier Simmons in instead. But Bade, a good player for the future, I think. and then history in the making. We looked a class above in the first couple of months. Few will expect the outcome, but they gave themselves a chance and have reaped the rewards. We did the Premier League, the Super Cup, and the Club World Cup. We've been brilliant. What a season we have had. We'll finish that up. A really good season once again, I think, here from Chelsea. I've been really happy with it. I mentioned Loftus-Cheek, and I would just like to say, you look at the goals, Loftus-Cheek, joint 14th top scorer. He's been injured for quite a while now, but still, in that Mazzala role, 13 goals in 29 appearances. I cannot stress enough how good he is in that Mazzala attack role. If he had kept fit, I think he'd be even higher in this list. He's still out injured for 7 weeks to 3 months with that broken lower leg. Hopefully he comes back stronger than ever. I can't wait to have him back. But now it's time to look forward to next season, to the future, and a little talk about maybe the state of the squad. So I'm just going to clear the team, a fresh start for next season, and you say Eduardo Mendy in goal. Centre-back wise, who are you looking at? Well, I'm going to put Xavier Simons in here. Put him in that ball-playing defensive role. You're probably wondering, oh, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Because Xavier Williams is not going to be playing that role. But you know who is? Fikayo Tomori. So I'm just going to nickname him that to keep track of this. There he is. And then that's right wide centre-back role. Who are you looking at, really? Well, you're looking at a Chalobah. And then that left wide centre-back role. Maybe Christensen. I don't know how well Christian can play there. He's much more of a ball-playing defender. But maybe we could try him out on the left. And then Reece James playing at a much more comfortable and natural right back. You say Ben Chilwell as the left back. You say Kante as the DM. In that advanced playmaker role, you say Mason Mount. He's done so well there this season, you can't really change that. When he's fit, you say Mazzala, Loftus-Cheek, because, trust me, you always say Mazzala, Loftus-Cheek. And then Cam, you say Kai Havertz. He's had a good season. And then striker, you're saying Lukaku. And that's your core, that's your first 11. And then having a look at like how a second team could work, you say keeper in goal, but you know, keeper had a good season. I think if a bid came in for keeper, I probably would be up to selling him, depending on the offer, because he is too good to be a backup, if we're all honest with ourselves. But still, filling out the rest of that defence, centre-back option-wise, maybe you say Levi Colwell comes in at the backup. And then another option to look at, if I show you what Crystal Palace relegated. And Crystal Palace, of course, have Mark Guéhi, former Chelsea man, sold to him at the beginning of this season, eligibility club trained at Chelsea. So he'd fit in beautifully. He's an option to have here. We could sign him up, especially considering, if I go back to the team here, where is he? Malang Sarr. Crystal Palace have had interest in him. It's not showing now, but they did have interest. So maybe we could work out some swap plus money exchange deal for Sarr. Or using Sarr for Guéhi. Bring Guéhi in as another option at centre-half. That could work out. That could be a good idea. You look at, going back to this, you look at Colwell. For James, who you're looking at? You're looking at Hudson-Odoi. You're looking at Harvey Vale. If I can find him. I feel blind as a bat right now. You look at Harvey Vale maybe going out on loan. Or it would have to be a decision, because Colwell could go in as that backup, or you could say Ian Martson coming back to the club could go in as that left back. The only issue is Martson not trained at club. Vale is, so we'd have to have a think about that one. But the midfield two backups never been simpler. Billy Gilmore as the backup to Mason Mount in that playmaker role, and then Conor Gallagher as the backup to Loftus-Cheek in that Mazzala role, because Conor Gallagher as a Mazzala, beautiful. Much more comfortable as ball winning midfielder defence somehow, but Mazzala, I mean, look at those stats. He's got everything you need. He's got the pace and the acceleration, the stamina, dribbling 14 finishing. Conor Gallagher bursting forward, getting those goals. Cannot wait to have him back at the club next season. Exciting times. A backup striker for Lukaku. You're looking at Sun Suk Bell maybe. I'm thinking maybe loaning out Hudson-Odoi, and then maybe you do Armando Broja with him coming back to the club. And then also behind him for backup for Havertz, I'm thinking maybe Faustino and Jorin. And then you're looking at all these players. How are they fitting in? Well, I think Ethan Ampadu could be a backup centre-back, and he could be a backup to Kante. So obviously he's got to stay. He's going to be in the squad. All of these players, you know, Stutter, Sunset Bell, Webster, Fiabema, maybe all going out on loan, as well as Haig and Mola. Masundo leaving, Jeremy Boga staying as a squad option with a few positions he can go in. And then you think maybe Ziyech, Alonso, Werner, Pulisic all leaving. It's an interesting time, because if I show you the squad and we look at the players in that 11 and we get up the special little squad view, and yeah, trained at club, a collection of them, so many trained at club here, and we want to start filling out the squad even more with trained at club. I'll also just use this screen just to give you a little look at the season. Most appearances, Trevor Chalobah, like I said, a breakout season for him. Played so many games and been so good in that position, as well as over 50 appearances for Mount, Kante and Reece James. Understandable. Most goals Lukaku, and then Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek, great season as well, once again. Mount 19 assists, 18 assists for Reece James, who's played most of the season at centre-back, remember. It's been amazing. A really, really good first season, I think, here. Looking forward in the summer, like I said, Mark Gui may be an option to bring back to the club. I'll keep an eye on these players specifically, I'd like to think, to see how they get on, and maybe if they become available. All of these trained at club, all of these could fill out the squad a bit more. Mark Gui the most likely at the moment, I think. But I'll keep an eye on Lamperty. I really like the idea of bringing back Lamperty. Lewis Bate, an option in midfield, perhaps. Musiala and Abraham both have interest. Musiala from Man United and Abraham from Arsenal. And they're both really good. So if bids gets accepted, maybe I have to go in to stop them moving to rivals and bring them home. Both could be really good squad options to have. And the only player here not trained at club, but, I mean, if he becomes available, I don't think I say no to bringing Eden Hazard back. The Prince of Stamford Bridge, making it his Garden of Eden. If the option comes up at some point, pre-warning, I probably will sign Eden Hazard. But I think that's it for this season review. That's it for this episode. That's it for Season 1 of La Cobham Supremacy. A good season, winning the Premier League with at least 6 players trained at club in the matchday squad. I've been happy with it. Next season, coming back, hopefully push on and win some more silverware, retain the Premier League, maybe win back the Champions League. Some domestic success would be lovely. But that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then leave a like. And if you're enjoying the series and you're looking forward to seeing how we do next season, then subscribe to the channel for more updates. And thank you for watching.